Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today I decided to record a couple of games regarding advanced defense, so how to play against it. And I checked a couple of games of Alireza Firouzja. Actually, now I've heard recently that if somebody is not becoming a GM at age of 14, then he is not. Chess is not his game, basically. So it means that not that these kids are more talented, but because of the engines and access to databases and things like that. So because previously you had to someone teach you, and now it appears that you can learn a lot yourself. So even small research can give, I think, a lot of ideas, even for quite qualified players. So I will show you, even for, let's say for me, I will show you how I played against this variation, how I played not really against it, but with white against the Caro-Kann, which I also tried. So if you're a Caro-Kann player or you want to try Caro-Kann, I think it's a very good choice for black. And I played e5 because I didn't want to go for the main line this and knight f6, which was totally a disaster for me with white. So I tried e5 and bishop f5. So this is the main move. Sometimes I see, but very rarely, to play e6, but it doesn't make any sense. So bishop to f5. This is a difference with the French defense, where you cannot play this move and you play with this bad bishop on c8. It's not that bad, but it's like average, let's say. Knight to f3. Another idea is to play h4, and here Firouzja plays h5, and white has to play bishop to d3 and takes. And this position is, white is slightly better, but you play 6, e5, and black, let's say, assume that they can defend the king side. Maybe Firouzja will play something like this. Okay, so we play bishop to f5, knight f3, e6, opening up this diagonal, bishop to e2, and knight to e7. So this is the first. So this is the first move, which is hard to remember, because normally you want to play knight to d7, but I think Firouzja always plays this knight to e7. Not this, but blocks his bishop, because this bishop actually doesn't have place to go. If you play here, then c3 I think is good, and engine says that this move is good as well. And so he decides to leave the bishop here and play knight to e7. And here two plans, like play castles or play c3. So just what I did, what I started with, saying that I don't study a lot and I'm quite a good player. So in this position I tried some things like to play something like c4 and open up the game. Sometimes I see like players playing in this position like c5, and I also tried some kind of, and I won a couple of games when they start taking pawns and I take their pawns, and I play bishop b5 later, and sometimes I get actually a decent attack against the king. But it's not the right move, it's just improvisation. So knight e7 is the point to remember. So if white plays castles, then Firouzja plays h6. The idea is to take, there are multiple ideas. So first of all, to take important g5 square, then you can evacuate your bishop, save it on h7. And the third idea is to play g5. Knight b to d5, knight d7, preparing c7, c5. I'm sorry. So this is okay. This is also important to play here because you don't want to play c5 and put the knight here, because then these two knights will conflict against each other. So knight to d7 is much better, and only then play c5 and then put the knight on c6. So then these two knights are perfect. Knight to b3. White restricts playing c5. Firouzja plays g5. So basically this is the setup which I wanted to show you, and when I learned, and I had a couple of private lessons like 20 years ago, yeah, they also taught me something like this. Yeah, I think Korchnoi played a couple of games with this plan, playing g5 and then attacking the king. But so we can see that Firouzja plays the same. And another option here, which I checked, is not to play castles, but to play c3. Sorry, c3. And if you're, for some reason which I don't know, he just plays h6, knight d7. We can transpose, but it's important that he starts to play with. He has this idea to take the queen side, space on the queen side. Rook e1 and a4. So this is game between Nepomniachtchi and Firouzja. Yeah. So we have two plans basically, to play bishop f5. So we can go for for the following plan, to play h6. Okay, I can mix the things. I don't know, knight here, knight d7, c3, and g5. For instance, this is one plan to advance on the king side. And the second plan is to play knight to d7, c3, a5, rook e1, and a4. So we take this space on the queen side, and we put the bishop on h7, for instance, and put the knight on f5. For instance, if they somehow attack our bishop and we don't want it, I don't know, play something like this. Yeah, and knight goes to f5, and with this exchange, black is okay. Engine says that this position, for instance, is plus 0.5 for white. I think it's pretty good for black as well. All right, thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.